Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Scofield. Let's have a realistic, reality-based conversation surrounding this fight. And that is this, bro. Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Scofield will prove to either be hype jobs or they'll be who they claim to be. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Look here, man. The Floyd Scofield part of this shit is short and sweet, right? If Floyd Scofield gets in that ring with Shakur Stevenson and looks like a fish out of water, then he'll be proving that everything his daddy said about him was 100%, 1,000% false. But as it often goes in the sport of boxing, and it's no disrespect to Floyd Scofield, if he goes in there and he takes care of business and beats Shakur Stevenson, he'll become a bigger name. People will care about him more, and he'll get more content made about him, more coverage on him, and shit like that. But as it currently stands, that's really all that needs to be covered about him as of right now. If he goes in there and looks like a fish out of water, he'll be proven to be a hype job. This conversation really centers around the 135-pound champion. This conversation really centers around the guy that calls himself the best fighter in the world, the guy whose fans claim that he is the guy to beat Gervonta Tank Davis, that he is pound for pound top 2, top 3 in the world. That is who this will center around. That is who this will be about. It's Shakur Stevenson, bro. And I'm here to tell y'all, he's dug himself a hole. His fans have dug him a hole. And I don't really want to call it a hole. But what we cannot do, and what I find a lot of Shakur Stevenson fans do, is you rate him very fucking high. You say he's better than Tank Davis. He's better than Devin Haney. He'll watch Ryan Garcia. He beats everybody. From 135 to 140, Shakur special. Shakur beat everybody. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. Rock with it. The issue is, though, how many subpar performances does he have to have before you come to the realization that you're overrating him? I'm here to tell you that against a young man in Floyd Scofield who has one 12-round fight in his entire career, against a young man in Floyd Scofield whose best opponent is Rene Tellez Giron, I am here to tell you that Shakur Stevenson has two options. Number one, he cannot overperform in this fight. Meaning there's nothing he can do that's going to make me or any logical, reasonable person be like, damn, Shakur better than I thought he was. So he can't overperform. He can only do two things. He can prove that he is who his fans say he is, and that he is who he says he is, or he can prove to be overhyped and to be a hype job. If he goes in there and he 12 zips Floyd Scofield, and Floyd Scofield is barely able to get out of round, and he 12 zips him in boxing fashion, not running fashion, but making him miss and making him pay, Shakur fans, listen and listen good. If he washes him 12 rounds to 0 by making him miss and making him pay, not just making him miss and then catching him with a jab sometimes. Not the Edwin De Los Santos performance. More along the lines of the Joet Gonzalez performance. The performance against Soshino. The performance against Jamel Herring. If he is on that type of time and he 12 zips him and he just don't stop him, then he can prove that he is who you as a Shakur Stevenson fan claims that he is. But how many subpar performances, Nakathila, Edwin De Los Santos, Artem Haratunian, and now if he has a subpar performance against Floyd Scofield, how many performances does he have to have before you have a conversation as a Shakur fan or as someone that's backing him to be at the top of boxing, how many of those does he have to have before you come to the realization that you're overrating him? I'm here to say the pressure is on. I'm here to say this is the one. That if he underperforms in this fight, and he's fighting so negative against Floyd Scofield, he looks scared of power. He continues to look like he's having trouble with the strength of the 135-pound fighters, and guys are continuing to make him fight differently than he fought at 126, differently than he fought at 130, and it's just not a good performance, then I'm going to say you're overrating him. You're overrating him. And he will have been proven to be a hype job, a fighter that has benefited off of very good matchmaking, a fighter who has benefited off of his amateur reputation, and a fighter that, as he has went through the weight classes, has become more and more uncomfortable. The things that made guys like Terrence Bud Crawford really good is that when he went up in weight classes, you could argue that his performances got better. The performances at 140 were better than the ones at 135. The performances at 147 were better than the ones at 140. You feel what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez, multiple division champion. Performances, he still knocked out Kovalev at 175. Stopped Caleb Plant at 168. Right? Did what he did to Triple G at 160. Did what he did to Kirkland. Did what he did to all the fighters. Like he continued to perform through the weight classes. Y'all hate to say this, but Tank Davis, when he went from 126 to 130 to 135 to 140 to 130 to 135, the shit didn't change. He knocked shit out, set knockouts up in the same way the motherfuckers couldn't make it to the final bell in 130. They can't make it to the final bell at 135. The same way they can't make it to the final bell at 135, they can't make it to the final bell at 140. It is time for Shakur Stevenson to have a vintage performance against Floyd Scofield, a la what he was doing to guys like Jamel Henry and Toka Khan Clary and the other 130, 126-pound fighters that he's fought. Because so far at 135, you have 3 fights: the Yoshino fight, the fight with Edwin, and the fight with Arthur. He's had 1 good performance. His performance ratio is 33%. The other 66% of the fights, so the other 2 fights he's been at 135 pounds, leaves a lot to be desired, bro. If he doesn't wash Floyd Scofield, and again, you got some people say, if he don't stop him, he overrated. I'm not even going there. I'm not even going 12 zip. I don't even think he got a 12 zip. Even if he give up a couple of rounds here and there to Floyd Scofield, and he win 9-3, 8-4, 10-2, whatever. Does it look like he's comfortable? Is he washing them? Is he being aggressive? Is he making them miss with boxing skills and not running, catching shots, slipping shots, pulling back from shots while staying in position and being confident enough to throw right back? Again, as I said at the beginning of this video, is he making Floyd Scofield miss and making him pay? Or is he hesitant? Is he apprehensive? Is he scary in that bitch? If he has another subpar performance, it is time for Shakur Stevenson, knob gobblers everywhere. For those of you that swear by him, it is time for you to admit that maybe you have him overrated and he might just be a hype job relative to, oh, he's the best fighter in the world. Oh, he's the best fighter at 135. He's the best at 140. He has the best defense in boxing. He has this, he has that. Maybe it's time to bring that down a notch if he don't perform against this prospect how top-level fighters are supposed to perform against inexperienced fighters. You can say whatever the fuck that you want about Gervonta Tank Davis, because let's be real, this is who we're comparing Shakur to, yes? Can we all admit that? The knock that Shakur and his fans had on Frank Martin was that Frank Martin didn't have the experience to deal with Gervonta Tank Davis. Cool. What did Tank do with him? He showed you he didn't belong. Now, Shakur don't have no power like Tank, so I'm not saying he got a bit of stoppage. That's unfair to him. But what I am saying, is that if he doesn't make Floyd Scofield look like he doesn't belong in the ring with him, he's a fucking hype job. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub up. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.